It's 9 hours 33 and we're back live on Kids Zone on a beautiful Saturday morning. And as I said, boys and girls, grown-ups listening in right now, we have our guests from ChildLinK in studio and they're very eager to share with all of you. I hope everybody has open ears and very excited to learn a little bit about your rights and how important you all are to us. Good morning, Shaquita, to Sarah, to Abba, to Shaquan. Great to have you.
Good morning, Guyana. And everyone listening, I must say good morning to you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you, of course. It's our very first time having you all in studio. We're very excited.
Yes.
So were you all up really early? Do you normally get up early on Saturdays?
Normally, I don't.
It's not that easy, I know, after being through the week, school and work and everything, all the little chores around. It's very, very okay to sleep in.
Yes.
True. My early morning hours like 1 o'clock. I wake up 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I so can we trade places? I mean, I'm serious. Could we really trade? Oh my god, it will be so good sometimes, to get that little sleep in. But it's all right as well to get up early too. I love you boys and girls listening in. You are definitely my motivation every Saturday. So I'm joking a little bit, but most of it I could really do the sleep in. I'm just saying. All right, so ChildLinK, it's for a lot of us listening in right now, it's the very first time we've heard of ChildLinK. All right, so tell us a little bit about the organization and what it's about.
So ChildLinK is a not-for-profit organization. We're a part of an international alliance called Family for Every Child. So basically what we do is that we work with children. We work towards creating a Guyanese society where every child live free from violence. So we do parental training sessions. We counsel children who would have been victims of abuse, and we're also project led. So we have different projects and different initiatives in which we work on, and this program today comes to you under our Child Rights Alliance initiative, which aims to bring about awareness and prevent child abuse. And I must say that this program and ChildLinK is funded by the delegation of the European Union to Guyana.
Okay, great. So it's very wonderful to have that project on board and everybody, things working together so we can share, because a lot of boys and girls out there, they're not that exposed to everything that's happening and their rights. So I'm very glad that you all decided to come in and share. Okay, so the brief history of the Convention on the Rights of the Child, if you would be so kind to share with us.
Well, the Convention on the Rights of the Child is an international binding agreement on the rights of children, and this was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1989. However, Guyana would have signed on to this agreement on the 14th of January 1991, that is. Yes, so our Guyanese children all this constitution and the principle of the constitution ensure that the rights of Guyanese children are outlined and met.
Okay. All right. So who is a child?
So a child is anyone under the age of 18 or anyone living with a disability.
When we say youth advocates, what exactly are we talking about?
So basically what we're doing is that we get a number of young people who is interested in the cause of child protection, and we have them participate in our public education campaigning. So you'll see them, look out for them next year. They'll be on television, they'll be on a series of radio programs, they will be advocating, going out into the streets, sharing information on child protection and different issues affecting children around Guyana. So look out for our youth advocates, and we also call them the Yams.
Okay. Wonderful. All right, so we're gonna head over to Abba, because I don't know, that name just seems to reflect for me first. So Abba, tell us, share with the boys and girls out there how you got involved with ChildLinK and the advocacy program and what it's mean to you so far.
Well, I began with ChildLinK since I was in secondary school in Church Farm.
Okay.
They came to our school to actually promote the program and try to advise us on what we do, and try to educate us what type of abuse is and know what is right from wrong. And so I was actually going through abuse myself in my home, and I didn't
Okay.
understand what kind of abuse is. So when I actually understand, I lighted about it. I actually know who to report to or how to go along with it.
Okay. All right. So it has obviously become very dear to you, I'm sure.
Yes, it has.
Yes. So what do you think? Okay. There, according to Article 28 in the Convention of the Rights of the Child, every child has the right to a good quality education. Right. So what do you think is a good education?
I will say a good education is where a person, like actually a child, is actually in an environment where there is no harm coming to them. They can actually learn good values, good quality values that they can actually learn and be a long run value inspiration to them. They can become good leaders and actually become a good citizen of Guyana.
Okay. Who is responsible for ensuring that you have a good education?
Most personally, the number one person is supposed to be the parents or the guardian or that caregiver.
Okay. All right. So, Sarah, Sarah is she's very very. What's a right adjective? Oh, like I don't even think there's any adjective right now I can use to describe Sarah. She's a wonderful young lady, though. Sarah, tell us a little bit about you. How old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
You're 11 years old. What school do you attend?
Northern Love Multilateral Secondary
Okay.
School.
All right. And how did you get involved with the advocacy program?
Well, actually, my mother worked at ChildLinK.
Okay.
So I got involved in this because of
Was
her.
it voluntary for you?
Yes.
Yeah. And how's your experiences been so far?
Very good
Yeah.
because she just pushed me to do a lot of stuff and so.
Get involved and do
And a lot
stuff.
of activities.
So it keeps you occupied. You don't find it a burden, do you? No? It's fun.
Yes.
You've met a lot of friends, a lot of new people.
Yes.
Okay. How many? Give us a number.
Whole class. Everybody.
A lot.
A lot.
All right. Well, Article 19 states that every child has the right to be protected from being hurt and mistreated in body or mind. How are children being hurt today, Sarah?
Well, some children are being hurt today because of the parents or any relative they relate to or any stranger.
Okay. All right. Who has the responsibility of ensuring that children are protected?
Parents or maybe child care and protection agency because some parents do the abuse of children. So it's either parents or child care protection agency.
All right. Thank you so much. Shaquan, not least at all. I love having boys in the studio. I don't know why. I think of all the boys out there as leaders, and I really love to see boys involved in everything. So, how are you this morning?
I'm good.
Just good?
Yeah.
You don't wake up early in the mornings on Saturday, do you? I can tell. So, but how did you feel having to get up this morning so early? It was fine?
Yeah. I had no problem cause
No. You were excited about sharing?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Do you have any friends listening you'd like to say hi to?
I don't really know.
You don't know if they're listening, but you can still say hi to them.
Okay. I like to say hi to Shamika, Ashley, and Electra.
Okay. They are your closest friends.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys get into trouble together? No.
No.
You do fun things.
Yeah.
Yes. How old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11 as well. What school do you attend?
St. Joseph High School.
Nice. Okay. This is your first year in high school? you
Yes.
said? How has your experience been so far? Good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I know we'd have a lot of good and bad in there, so it can't all be good. All right, but you're excited about the years to come at the school.
Yes, I am.
All right. I know a lot of students from St. Joseph's High School are listening, so good morning to all of you. All right, so Shaquan, Article 24 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child states that every child has the right to the best health care possible. What do you understand by health care?
Well, that in a case that which any child is sick, the parents should not keep them at home, but carry them to seek the best medical care or attention.
Okay. What kind of sicknesses do you think we're talking about there that they should seek health care for? Like if they have a cold, they're just coughing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Be-
things can progress. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. From your experiences so far as kids, you know, because I know you're involved in the advocacy program, you're doing your best to bring awareness to other children out there. What are some of the situations or things? This is off from you know, our whole thing that we put together, but just wanted to ask you all, what are some of the things that concerns you about things that are happening to children, or you know, children get into even?
One of the things that actually concern me is that children are actually being neglected unknowingly by parents or their guardians. Sometimes even abusing them. Sometimes I know you want to scold that child,
Okay.
but sometimes they actually go branch out their anger too much and cause that child to have physical scarring.
Okay.
So that's one of the major things, and mostly neglect, because sometimes when a child have like they want a prize or they did something well in school and they come and tell you, sometimes you're so busy as a parent, sometimes you don't take that time off and tell them, yours was good and I am proud of you to doing something that well. But sometimes they do not do that, and that child kind of feel kind of bad, and instead, like in case like in the future now they have any event or something that they do good about, they would not come and tell their parents because they expect that kind of shun
Okay.
off behavior.
Yeah. All right. Well, somebody was messaging me before you all came in and asked me to talk a little bit about your responsibilities, for you all to talk a little bit about that. So, can you shed a little light on what your responsibilities are as kids?
Our responsibility as kids is to be obedient
Okay.
to our parents, because they know what's right, even though we think as children they don't know. And as for us, it's like we need to express ourselves. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if something is bothering you as a child, do not keep it in, because you're gonna say like, okay, I don't want to tell my mom this because I think she'd be afraid of my dad or whatever the case may be. But it's good to you to be open up and tell them about it. Tell someone that you trust about it, that something is going wrong with it. Even if like someone is bullying you at school or someone is calling you name you do not like and you don't want to tell the teacher or stuff, you can tell someone as an older person, or even you're a classmate who shows that kind of leadership kind of personality, that they can actually inform someone if you don't wish to inform that person about it.
All right. Well, real quick, I'm going to ask Shaquan to share a little bit about what your home life is like with your mom. I mean, as a kid, what do you do to make sure that your home is safe for you?
Well, as they said earlier, that you should obey your parents because you don't know what they are doing to make you happy.
Do you find it challenging at all to obey all the time?
Sometimes, yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yes.
I know. I mean, as a kid, we always think we don't agree with everything our parents or guardians would say or do, right?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, they say, you know, obey your parents.
Yes.
So
you-
it can be challenging, though.
Yes.
Yes. I'm glad that you admit that and you point that out. Sarah, what about you? Anything that you like to share with the boys and girls out there, how they can, you know, get along better at home and even at school? What can they do to have better relationships with their teachers and friends and parents and guardians?
Well, at school, like do all your assignments and homeworks and stuff. And at home, like
But
obey
okay,
and
I
stuff.
gotta cut in there. Doing all your assignments and homework. Sometimes challenges come up. You're not able to complete everything. All right. Is it okay? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure.
I just said,
We're gonna have a good day. And all my homies gonna ride today.
that's right.
And all these mommies look fly today. And all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good day. And ain't nobody gotta cry today. Cause ain't nobody gonna die today. You can save that trouble for another day. Hey, we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good day.
That's right, I got some kid hop for you. Alright kids, check it out. Now there's a whole lot of people all across the world. A whole lot of boys, a whole lot of girls. A whole lot of fathers and uncles and brothers. A whole lot of sisters and aunts and mothers. And whether they're parents or whether they're children, every single one of them's a little bit different. There's only one thing that makes us the same. We all got our own face and got our own name. We all got our own brain and got our own style.
What style?
Well, that's just the way that you smile and the way that you walk and the way that you talk and the way that you look from your hat to your socks. It's a beautiful thing, being yourself and not trying to act like everyone else. I'ma tell you the truth and you gotta agree. Man, I can't be you, nope, I gotta be me. So what you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
I said what you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
Come on, what you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
1, 2, 3. Now some got mustaches, some got beards, some wear big old earrings in their ears, and you might think some of them look kinda weird, but they gotta be them, so I'm glad that they're here. Some wear t-shirts, some wear ties, some got big glasses in front of their eyes, and if you keep looking then you'll be surprised, cause man, people come in every shape and size, as big as a house or as small as a mouse. Some are mellow, some like to scream and shout, some come from other countries that you read about. That's a lot, and I still left some people out. Some are young like you, some are old like your grandpa, some frown, some are jolly like Santa. There's a lot of colors and ways to be, but I can't be them, nope, I gotta be me. So what you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
I said what you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
What you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
Come on, what you gotta be?
I gotta be me.
Alright.
That's so true. Gotta be ourselves all the time. Don't you all agree? I think that's a very apt song right there for us. Right, Chiquan?
Yes.
Yes. So, have any of you tried to be anybody else before?
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep it real. It happens sometimes. You know, you have people you admire and you try to be like them. Yeah, in some way. Sometimes you try to talk like them. You try to act like them, dress like them. You all agree, right?
Yes.
That happens. Yeah, it's okay. But I think, you know, it just helps us to better define ourselves and to, you know, appreciate ourselves. I think. It helps. I've tried to be other people myself, but it just doesn't work out for me because I was created me. Can't help it. I'm me. All right. So, you know, there are a lot of I've had some children call me on the program before, and they've had some concerns, some issues, some things that they didn't agree with that happened to them at school and so on, even at home. So one child, I remember, it really touched me when he said that he was bullied at school for a whole week. That was just crazy. I don't even know how that could happen. Have any of you had any experiences with bullying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah was pretty
Yeah.
prompt on that. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, I never had my lunch money taken away, but they used to just holler upon me and so on, and I used to call that bullying.
They used to yell at you.
Yeah.
That's just weird. I don't even know why people do that. I wonder why. Were they your friends or just like persons that was
That
from
hate me.
They hate you. That's a strong word. You sure? I think like that sometimes, but I've come to realize that I don't think they hate us. I think they just don't understand. They just cannot understand you. So they act out, you know, and then sometimes it could be because they kind of jealous.
So true.
All right. So we can get into more of this next week. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We can talk some more. But I want you, before we wrap up, if you all can share a little bit of encouragement with the boys and girls out there and even the grown-ups listening in, you know, something that would help them, a great message for all of us listening.
Well, parents, when your child comes to you telling you something, you should not ignore them or like just don't listen. You have to listen to them. You won't. Sometimes it could be something very important, and you weren't listening at that moment, and then something very bad happens to that child.
Yeah, that would be sad. That would be sad. Sarah?
I would like to say to the children that if anything bad happened to them, they need to go complain or tell someone who they really trust. If someone don't trust them, I say, you lie, go long. Go continue telling people until they trust you.
Okay, keep speaking. Abba?
Yeah. I want to have something for both parents and children. Like for parents, your child is unique. Sometimes you might think they're kind of weird for the things that they're doing, but it's just a way of expressing and trying to find their creativity and something that makes them them. And for children, don't let nobody define who you are. Because you act different, you talk different, you walk different. Don't let that person, whatever judgmental words they're gonna say about you, don't let it touch you. Just you must make your skin thick enough. If you can't thick enough, make your mind thick enough that they cannot hurt you.
All right, well, next week I really want us to share a little bit more on how we can make our skins thick. All right, so go ahead and say hi to your friends and family.
I want to shout out to Georgetown School of Nursing, Kingston Annex, 722B, my classroom. Hi guys, I told you I would shout y'all guys out when I go on the radio. I want to shout out to Keisha DeRaw, Dion Pompey, everybody in 722B, nursing assistant. Big up y'all.
All right, Sarah, Shaquan.
I would like to say hi to my whole family that is listening.
Yeah.
That's it. Really? All right, Shaquan.
I'd like to say, well, good morning to all my friends from St. Joseph High School, everybody in 1B. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
All right, it's great having you all. Shaquita, wonderful to have you come in with the children. I really enjoyed the segment, and I hope that next week we can make it just as enjoyable and fun. All right, and I hope all the boys and girls listening in were able to get something very essential that you take with you throughout this coming week. Any last words from you, Shaquita?
I just want to say the 19th of next week, Monday, that is, it will be observed as the International Day of the Rights of the Child. So I encourage each and every one of you listening to just see a random child. Don't touch that child or anything, but just look at him or her and say, you are smart, or you can do something. You are great. Just empower a child for that day. And that is my challenge to each and every one of you listening. It was great being here. And let me say, next week we will be talking about bullying. So listen, we have the YAM have so much information to share.
Indeed. I can just imagine. It would be a pleasure, of course, to have you all. So you heard, boys and girls, ChildLinK YAM will be here next Saturday as well to share with you all on bullying. So if you have any experiences, you can make note of it, and hopefully we can have a little bit more of an interactive session with you all. We can have some calls, but you all have to make sure that you tune in early and have your points written down so we don't talk too long, and okay, we can get straight to the point. All right, so everybody can give their piece on that. So it's 10 hours 3. We got a lot of greetings here I have to get to, but I'm gonna get to those in the next hour or so, everybody. Yes, I will read out all your greetings because there are a lot. Thank you all so much for listening. We appreciate you. We couldn't be here without you. So grown-ups, give yourselves a pat on the back, and boys and girls, hug somebody today and be happy that you are alive. And remember, you're special, you're exceptional.
St. Joseph High School, everybody in 1B. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
All right, it's great having you all. Shaquita, wonderful to have you come in with the children. I really enjoyed the segment, and I hope that next week we can make it just as enjoyable and fun. All right, and I hope all the boys and girls listening in were able to get something very essential that you take with you throughout this coming week. Any last words from you, Shaquita?
I just want to say the 19th of next week, Monday, that is, it will be observed as the International Day of the Rights of the Child. So I encourage each and every one of you listening to just see a random child. Don't touch that child or anything, but just look at him or her and say, you are smart, or you can do something. You are great. Just empower a child for that day. And that is my challenge to each and every one of you listening. It was great being here, and let me say, next week we will be talking about bullying. So listen, we have the YAM have so much information to share.
Indeed. I can just imagine. It would be a pleasure, of course, to have you all. So you heard, boys and girls, ChildLinK Yam will be here next Saturday as well to share with you all on bullying. So if you have any experiences, you can make note of it, and hopefully we can have a little bit more of an interactive session with you all. We can have some calls, but you all have to make sure that you tune in early and have your points written down so we don't talk too long, and okay, we can get straight to the point. All right, so everybody can give their piece on that. So it's 10 hours 3. We got a lot of greetings here I have to get to.